Welcome to the
Giga
Cast.
Basically, just a couple of guys like talking, I guess.
Doing caffeine before my workouts and utilize that tool efficiently. But when it comes to giga caffeination and giga energy drink consumption, I find that you have the knowledge back on this. So let's break down this post.
It's just one of those things. For me, the artificial sweeteners that are in the energy drinks I drink, which are zero sugar, of course. So it has the artificial non-nutritive sweeteners. And the evidence is just not fully out there, but I go based on how I feel. And perhaps for me, I will admit the amount of caffeine I get with that dopamine that is associated with the caffeine, probably not good all the time, for sure. So weekends I try and chill it out, but yeah, let's dig into this. First thing says energy drinks equals bad for your heart. The tagline before we continue says, if you like to drink energy drinks whenever you need a boost, it's time to get rid of this habit. Swipe to find out just how these sugar-loaded beverages can take a toll on your health. One, he's talking about sugar energy drinks, which are kind of very rare, I would say, these days. Or maybe I just literally exclude them. I would say the majority of energy drinks out there, sugar-free. So there you have it. Like, if I was going to talk shit on energy drinks, then I would only be probably talking shit on the sugar-loaded energy drinks. Next slide, he says, a study found that drinking energy drinks can reduce the diameter and function of your blood vessels, restricting blood flow and oxygen supply. What do you see in that picture on that slide, Jameson?
Looks like some built-up plaque to me.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're trying to demonstrate like reduced blood flow, I mean, this is one way to do it, but all these people that are commenting, oh, love your articles, this and that, looks like some people are actually really...
This girl's pretty good, the Mystic Nature Garden. Not that she drinks slumber and mixed with alcohol, not a good combination. Yeah. Many years ago when I was a bartender, a second job. She's not wrong about that. I mean, I think there's...
Red Bull vodka.
Alcohol with anything. Alcohol with anything is going to have a different effect, and there's a bunch of stuff out there that's made up. Like, they're like, if you drink, you're going to lose all your gains from the day, your workout's not going to count. Like, there's some really crazy clickbaity stuff I've seen about alcohol consumption. When you drink, all the food you eat are going to turn into fat. And it was like, how do they even work? But it is dangerous stuff, so I see why they think so bad about it. But,
so yeah, this is just a bad example of a picture to follow the text, because arterial plaque, bro, no, that's not going to happen from energy drinks per se on their own. Sugary energy drinks, I might allow more credibility for this to be associated with that.
Another study proposed that energy drinks could increase blood pressure and heart rate in healthy adults at rest, predisposing them to an increased risk of cardiovascular event. That's pretty vague.
Oh yeah.
I don't...
Yeah, energy drinks could increase blood pressure and heart rate. So if they're increasing blood pressure due to the vasoconstriction, which we saw in the previous slide, is what he's mentioning. This is a natural phase, the vasoconstriction, as if you were to take a cold shower, your veins will constrict. They're not saying, hey, if you take a cold shower, it could lead to poor blood flow and oxygen supply. It's a far-fetched statement for sure.
There's good ways to get caffeine. I think yerba mate, coffee, and of course energy drink companies have capitalized on that by using extracts of those coffee beans and guarana seeds. There's a reason why it's been used for thousands of years, and it freaking works. Caffeine works, and that's why it's so effective, and that's why it's one of the highest traded commodities in the whole world.
Like someone having green tea or some fresh ground coffee versus just whatever they put in, like Diet Coke or whatever, or just Red Bull energy drinks. The sourcing of the caffeine, a lot of the sourcing energy drinks, like including this Ghost, they say it's from natural caffeine, sourcing from XYZ. So it's one of those things. But I buy the kind of healthier energy drinks versus the Monster Energy.
Do you choose to cycle caffeine, or you're able to cycle it?
I try to. I know that when I'm cutting weight, I know that I can benefit from the caffeine in multiple ways. Like one way is of course the increased state that your body is in. You're in a more active state. You're burning more calories at rest with that caffeine, that that upregulated parasympathetic nervous system, or sympathetic nervous system rather. From that, you're just burning more calories. So that helps me when I'm cutting. And my second reason is it's a treat for me versus the people that feel, oh, well, I did so good on my diet, I'm going to have 6 donuts. So for me, it's a 0-calorie way to enjoy something that tastes wonderful and gives me that dopamine spike in a good way that's aligned with my goals better. But yeah, off season, I definitely try to get off of the caffeine train as much as possible. It's more seasonal.
I want to start utilizing caffeine in a way that's effective, and I can use it to motivate me. I'm interested in mixing it with dynamine and teacrine because there's some cool studies about how it all works harmoniously together. I drink a lot of cacao, which has a low amount of caffeine, so I'm not caffeine free, but I find that I'm interested in getting ways to be more motivated in a way where I can have momentum and I can start something. So caffeine, when I take caffeine, I used to take caffeine, empty stomach, MCT oils and butter, and it made my heart really, really hurt to take coffee. So I'm just like, I guess, afraid of it from that. But I also remember being very good at being like, okay, let's go, let's get stuff done, let's be motivated. With my personality, it's just interesting how I feel about caffeine, because sometimes people who drink caffeine, they may be calmer. Like people that I know who are like me drink caffeine and it actually just makes them sleepy, which is kind of funny how that would work. But yeah, it's a similar reason why I don't drink alcohol, just because I feel like who I am is already enough. Not saying that in like a I'm the best kind of way. It's more of a, I can't drink too much because I'm already crazy enough as it is. So if I drank more, I would just do more of that. And when people drink around me, I kind of fit in because it's kind of my normal setting, and versus them having to get out of their shell a little bit.
Probably one of the reasons why I lean towards energy drinks and not alcohol at all, because what I found with me recently, even experimenting with Mucuna Purians, I need higher dopamine. I need to actually be excited about shit because I have so much to be grateful for and excited about, but I'm just always functioning at like a mid-level. It's more like, so middle's here, I'm just a little bit lower than that, and I just cruise throughout the day, and it's like, dude, I'm not being excited about anything. Like, my day is awesome. I'm learning a bunch of amazing stuff, working with awesome people, but I just don't care as much. Like I'm not seizing the day, quite literally. But
that's interesting.
But yeah,
dude,
some
that's
people.
So interesting for you, because I feel the opposite. Like I feel that. I'm so.
You're already hyper.
I'm overly grateful. I'm so grateful that it gives me anxiety. It prevents me from taking action because I'm like, I don't want to ruin this. Like, this is so cool. This is so awesome. I love all these people. And then I like get into this mode of it stunts my my product. I'm so happy that I have to like always be moving, and I get distracted easily, and there's like all these different factors. And some days I'll just be really into something and I'll check messages and I love it. It feels all exciting. And then that's why I do so well with like meetings. If we have like a scheduled call, I'm like stoked and I can talk like for hours versus being like, I have this to do today. Then I'm getting in my head. I'm like, oh man, I hope I do this right. Yeah. The over hyperness kind of gives me that effect that works in the other direction, but it's still the similar feeling of like gratitude for life and how my body reacts to it.
Yeah. Well, it's good that you don't do alcohol then.